Good Monday morning. This is the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing. Taking a look right into our impact map for today. We do have major concerns with lightning. We see this area in red for today. Areas further south expecting mostly wet lightning and showers, but across central Nevada pushing on northwards and starting to spread eastwards. We do have lightning concerns, a mix of wet and dry, but also on top of some very dry fuels. In addition, up across Idaho, an approaching cold front will increase winds dramatically across the area. We could see gusts probably exceeding 40 miles per hour in many areas, especially over the higher terrain of eastern Idaho. So that'll be the main issues we'll be dealing with today. Looking at the past 24 hours, lightning on the right-hand side. You can see quite a bit of it, more wet than dry across parts of southwest Utah into southern Nevada, but drier as you headed further north. So we'll see how that pairs up with increasing winds and some drier weather pushing on in. You can see on the precipitation map on the left where you have the first shade of blue, just low-end light showers. That's where that darker shade of blue is, where you can see maybe a quarter-inch or more where the lightning was primarily wet, especially across parts of southwestern Utah and into the Arizona Strip. Looking at fire activity over the past 24 hours, new fire starts in the red, existing fires in the yellow. Observe precipitation, both past 7 days and past 30 days, very dry across Nevada and Idaho. It's only been about 3 or 4 weeks that we had some very heavy monsoonal type activity across parts of southern Utah. They may see a repeat of that, but that's where our fuels are the most moist at the current time. So with that, let's take a look at our fuels, our ERCs. And you can see, although they're the most moist, where we're expecting lightning down there today, you don't have to go too far northwards till you start seeing the oranges and reds, which indicates ERCs in the 70th to 80th percentile. Once you start seeing the dark reds and the purple, those are ERCs either at or beyond the 90th percentile, or in the purple circles, basically near record ERC levels. So these areas up here in north central Nevada, which we'll see lightning, will be especially problematic as we go through today, and especially also with the winds that we're expecting over Idaho. Looking at the latest water vapor satellite imagery and upper level map superimposed, we have deep low pressure over British Columbia. Tight packing of these height lines indicates strong winds starting to push into the Pacific Northwest and into parts of Idaho as well. That'll be one concern. The other concern, you can see through here, some subtropical moisture which did produce lightning yesterday across Nevada, still pushing on through, and will actually be helped by the dynamics of this low. So we're looking for an expansion of thunderstorm activity where we see this shade of higher white through Nevada. Luckily there's drier air pushing into the north, should keep that convection suppressed mostly in Nevada, not letting it get too much further northbound. So looking for today, we are seeing that low pressure, deep low pressure over southern Canada will increase winds across the parts of Idaho. Drier air pushing in, given by these tannish shades. But further south, we have residual subtropical moisture. So areas of green probably will see wet lightning, but areas in the black, just enough moisture for thunderstorms with a mix of wet and dry. For that reason, on the right-hand side, we've issued high risk in the red for areas that we expect dry lightning or lightning on top of very dry fuels. And just to the north, a very broad area of strong winds across all of Idaho, and actually points further north as well. Looking at weather conditions as we go through today, on the left-hand side in the green is where we expect shower and thunderstorm activity. Smoke under some inversions will be busting out much better today because of the winds. And on the right-hand side, you can see the winds. The orange and purple shades indicate wind gusts of 25 to 35 miles per hour. These purple circles you see through here is where the model predicts thunderstorm downdrafts. So that'll be where there'll be thunderstorms in the vicinity producing brief 50-mile-an-hour downdrafts. So something to keep in mind near any active incidents. So we go to Tuesday, that low pressure starts pushing away. We start getting drier air pushing in. You can see our dryness levels on the right-hand side and where fuels are still quite moist from recent rains. And then pushing into Tuesday, weather-wise, just leftover showers on the left-hand side, starting to diminish. Now here across Nevada, we have some moderate winds here where we are expecting lightning today. So these darker green shades to the orange are wind gusts of anywhere of 20 to maybe 25 miles per hour, something we'll have to keep in mind. Also into southern Idaho as well, though not as windy there as it would be today. Taking a look at weather conditions on Wednesday, we have drier air pushing in. You can see that pretty clearly on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, we can see where we're expecting some drying and also some residual moisture here, starting to turn PSAs to the green here across parts of Nevada. So our 3-day precipitation accumulation here, basically the wettest will be across the Arizona Strip and southwest Utah, also across the Sierra chain, but a lot of Nevada will have a tough time seeing measurable rain reach the ground. So as we go further down the road into Thursday, we see drier air punching in, but still this residual tongue of moisture through here. It's a little weak front that's stalled out. So I'll keep showery conditions across parts of central Nevada into the southern third to southern half of Utah. On Friday, that activity starts to move on out. We still have drier air pushing in where we don't want it, where areas of lightning will be ongoing. And then we go further down the road towards Saturday and towards Sunday. We start seeing drier air pushing to the western portion of the Great Basin, westerly flow, another low pressure area that we'll be watching with a cold front as it starts sliding on in. Our PSAs on the right hand side start drying on out as we go towards next weekend. 7-day total precipitation could get quite wet across the southern 2/3 of Utah, actually, with some of that residual moisture, and that'll change the fuels quite a bit, also into parts of east central Nevada. And looking way down the road, our 8 to 14-day outlook, which takes us towards Labor Day, slightly warmer than normal signal, but also much drier than normal. So we'll see if this is the last episode of our monsoonal activity. This concludes our briefing. Have a great day.